This program is designed to help office personnel identify office accident causes and how to prevent them. Some of the leading office accident causes are falls or tripping hazards, overexertion, striking against something, falling objects, slips or strains, struck by or caught between something, and blocked walkways. Most of these accidents are caused by poor housekeeping. Even the simplest objects can cause accidents. Objects like pencils, paper clips, rubber bands, and liquids. Employees should make an effort to pick these items up or clean up spills. Floor-mounted electrical or telephone outlets should be located under furniture or be marked in some manner. If possible, it's best to remove them altogether. Floor-mounted outlets are hard to see and could be hazardous in areas where electrical appliances are located, such as a hot coffee pot. To help avoid a hot spill, arrange the furniture to cover the outlet or find another place for the coffee pot. Cords across walkways can be very dangerous. The office should be arranged so equipment doesn't need to be pulled to the desk when in use. If possible, use a different outlet or have other outlets installed. The placement of cords to prevent tripping is important. Put the cords in a rubber channel or over doorways or have additional outlets installed. To prevent tripping, secure any loose or dangling electrical cords under a desk or other furniture. When a rubber channel is not enough to secure a cord, you should tie up the excess cord, shorten it if possible, or use a longer channel. Overloading electrical outlets should be avoided at all times. If this should become a problem, have more outlets installed or use a power strip that automatically shuts off in case of a short circuit. Electrical outlets should not be installed above sinks. If the sink was installed after the outlet, then the outlet must be blocked off or a ground fault circuit interrupter outlet used, which performs the same function as a power strip. Electrical cords should not be attached to movable furniture. Again, install additional outlets if necessary, or use a power strip. Personal appliances, such as space heaters, should be checked to see if they are safe. They should be double insulated, or use a 3-prong plug. Check break room appliances for proper grounding, overloaded electrical outlets, and improperly placed extension cords. Portable telephones will be moved around. Doing so will expose the cords and create tripping hazards. Portable phones are not secure and should be permanently installed. Rugs should lay flat with no corners turned under and be placed close to doors to pick up dampness. Always check frequently used rugs to see if they're laying flat and not turned up enough to cause a trip. All rugs should have anti-skid backing. Never stand on a chair, especially a swivel chair, when trying to reach something overhead. Take the time to find a sturdy stool or ladder. People tend to tilt back in straight chairs when they're seated against a wall. As they get braver and tilt further back, they increase the chance for an accident. Never tilt back in a chair, especially a swivel chair, and use chairs with 5 legs because they are less hazardous. Avoid scooting on a swivel chair. This can put you close to the edge of the chair and puts the chair off balance. Stairwells are for steps, not storage. Debris should never be left on the stairs. It's a good idea to use signs to remind people that they should use the handrail or that there might be water on the floor. Traffic cones are always used to warn off a hazard, such as this tripping hazard. When walking between shelves, watch for hidden hazards like protruding objects, nails, screws, pins, and splinters. You should avoid running or hurrying around corners. Make sure you keep to the right and slow down. Post warning signs. Put in mirrors if necessary, and install windows and doors. Be careful not to block a walkway with an open drawer and a box. Design a good traffic pattern. Have walkways and passageways unobstructed. This will help develop a more efficient office area. Avoid narrow passageways. They can cause bruises and tripping. Don't stand on shelves. It's very dangerous. Use a ladder or step stool. This ladder is immovable when being used and has a handrail. However, even with the proper ladder, you must avoid overreaching. When using a ladder, you should follow the ladder safety rules. Always face the ladder when going up or down. Stay off the top 2 steps. Move the ladder and don't overreach. Keep one hand free. Open spreaders completely. Keep the ladder level and check the safety feet. Sharp objects on a desk may be hard to see. Use a spindle with protective guards. Try using a giant paper clip or clothespin to hold paper. Watch for small objects in a desk drawer that can cause injuries like pins, tacks, razor blades, scissors, cutting knives, and pencils. Be careful when picking up broken glass. Use a broom and a dustpan or a damp cloth. You should know how to unjam a copy machine, but only trained people should work on office machines. If in doubt, get help from a trained person. A sign should be posted informing who should be notified for machine breakdowns. Office machines should be placed in areas where they can't be bumped off or pulled off by a hanging cord. Fans should be well guarded, equipped with a sturdy base, and placed where they can't fall if bumped. Avoid overloading the top drawer of a file cabinet to prevent it from tipping over. Put lighter materials in the top drawer, and never open the top 2 drawers at the same time. If possible, have the cabinet bolted to the wall. Only one person should use a file cabinet at a time. Be aware of where your hands are placed. Don't put fingers in the drawers. When you close the drawer, close it gently and use the handle. Having a properly designed workstation will prevent muscle tension and back pain. The operator should be able to reach the controls easily, and the components should be movable for maximum comfort. There should be easy access in and out of the area. The recommended chair should be firm, adjustable, support the back, have a round and sloped front, made of material that breathes, and uses the proper casters for the floor. The chair should be properly adjusted, so the back of the chair is in the small of the back, and the thighs are parallel or slightly higher than the hips. In some cases, a footrest may be needed. The VDT station should have the keyboard and screen detached from each other so the operator can position them for comfort. Have the keyboard placed near the edge of the desk to avoid subjecting wrist and forearms to cutting action. You should properly position yourself for work at a VDT workstation. The VDT screen should be tilted back about 10 to 20 degrees. Your eyes should look down about 18 to 20 degrees from eye level. Your arms should be at 85 to 90 degrees. Your thighs should be horizontal or slightly higher than your hips. Use a footrest if needed. Adjust the backrest of the chair for the lumbar area. Workstations should be designed with the handicapped in mind. Have plenty of room and flexibility to adjust the equipment for their comfort. There are 2 kinds of glare that can cause eye irritation. Direct glare, light or sunshine directly in the eyes, and reflected glare, light bouncing off of surfaces and striking the eye. Reflection from a computer screen is more irritating and harder to remedy. You can fight glare by putting drapes or shades on windows. Don't face the windows or other light sources. Place the VDT perpendicular to the windows and overhead lights. Have textured, neutral-colored, pattern-free walls, or use a hood or filter over the VDT screen. Visual eye strain can be avoided by looking up from the screen and viewing distant objects, wearing the proper glasses, remembering to blink once in a while, choosing the proper VDT, not facing the window or other light sources, and eliminating glare. To relieve muscle and eye strain, arrange for rest breaks every 2 hours for 15 minutes, or more breaks if the job demands it. This gets the operator away from the workstation and makes them move around. When carrying a heavy load, don't carry more than you can handle. Know your limitations. Carry only what is comfortable. Make more trips if necessary, or get help. Don't pick up more than you can handle while on a stool or ladder, and keep one hand free at all times. On a stool, don't block your view, and use a stool with a sturdy base and room to stand on. If heavy furniture or equipment needs to be moved, get maintenance people to do it. They know how. For smaller jobs, use a hand truck. To lift a load safely, size up the load first and make sure you can lift it. Plan the move. Ask yourself, how far do you have to carry the load, and is there a place to put it? Make sure you have firm footing and a path clear of tripping hazards. Bend your knees and get a good grip on the object. Keep your back in a natural position. Lift with your legs. Keep the load close to your body. Pick up the object smoothly. Don't jerk it. And know your limitations and ask for help if it's needed. When lifting a load, don't twist. Shift your feet and turn the whole body. Bending over with no load puts 1,200 pounds of pressure on the lower back. And bending over to pick up a 50-pound load puts 1,700 pounds of pressure on the lower back. To help prevent back problems, avoid fatigue, maintain good posture, establish an exercise program, eat a balanced diet, know good work habits. The office should not be used as a storage area. These boxes are stacked too high and should be in a proper storage room. Tall cabinets are too high to store material on. They're hard to put things on and take off, and items can easily fall. It could also cause a back strain trying to lift the items up to the cabinet. Use proper storage techniques. Put lighter things on top shelves. Put heavier things on the bottom shelves. Use uniform containers. Don't leave items protruding or overlapping from shelves. And use a good shelving system that is secured in place to prevent tipping. Avoid having hazardous materials and chemicals in the office. Know what types of chemicals are there, what they're used for, how much is there, and where they're stored. There should be a specific place to store gasoline, and be aware of what it's stored with. Be familiar with the Material Safety Data Sheet, or MSDS. You should know where it's found in the office and what's listed. Have a hazmat chart posted so people can become familiar with the symbols. Smoking in the office area can be very dangerous. Smokers should always use ashtrays, and smoking areas should be well ventilated. Proper signs should be posted where needed. This sign is showing where the fire extinguisher is, but this hallway should also have a sign posted directing people to the fire extinguisher. Fire extinguishers should have a monthly inspection. Make one person responsible to check for damages and shake it. Make sure it's in its proper location. Then write the inspection date and initial it. Each extinguisher should have a yearly inspection for maintenance. Use the proper fire extinguisher for the area, and remember, extinguishers are only good for small fires. All fire exits must be clearly marked, unobstructed, and function properly. An office should have an emergency plan and show the location of emergency exits, fire extinguishers, and first aid. Emergency evacuation drills should be practiced every once in a while. Check the hot water relief valve every so often to see if it's working, and don't ever store items on top of the tank. The office building's parking lot should be clean and well lighted with cars backed into stalls. Your offices can only be as safe as you make them. By following these basic rules, office accidents and injuries can be avoided.